Come on in the room. Come on in. Type your 4 1s, the opening of the spirit realm. You're going to type hashtag or pound and your 4 1s. And we are going to talk about the isolation, the turning their backs on you, family, friends, why they can't help it, and what to do. Because it's painful. When you're going through the toughest time of your life. Hey, Night Angel. How you doing, honey? And people turn their back on you. It's really your blessing. Did you know that? It's really your blessing. That's right, Night Angel. Thank God. Come on in, spiritual superstars. Type your 4 1s, the pound, and your 4 1s, the opening of the spirit realm. Your 4 1s. Type it in. Yeah. Me too, Night Angel. Night Angel says that's a lesson that has taken me a while to learn. It has, and it's a painful life lesson. It's third dimensional energy, but it's your sixth dimensional blessing. It goes beyond the fifth because it's pulling from that which we do not know. You know, when we experience spiritual awakening, it's the moment the Most High reaches out to us and changes the very fabric of our lives. And that blessing comes in like an earthquake. So we don't see it as a blessing right off the top. We see it as our life changing. It's crumbling apart. But really what's happening, spiritual superstars, is it's an evolution. You are feeling like your life is crumbling apart because you are blossoming. You are evolving spiritually, and you no longer fit the mold. So people, loved ones, they're not going to stick around. And they're not meant to be in your life when your blessing comes in. So when you feel like they turn their back on you, be thankful that they just did an about face. And they are no longer showing you that they can stay in your life. So you're going to have friends, you're going to have family members say stuff to you, behave in a way that values. It's going to make you feel so bad that the only thing you can do is let them go live their lives. And by default, you welcome that blessing in. And what you're doing is really following your spiritual guidance. You really are hugged up to divine source. Because when people turn their back on you, you can't help but to dive deeply into your connection with the Most High. I was speaking with a gentleman last night, and he was going through that. He's going through it. And he's in his second tough spiritual awakening of his life. He's going through his second pivotal one, his Saturn return. And he has to pull from his first to get through this second one. And he will. He just didn't understand why everybody turned their back on him. And so whether or not you're in your Saturn return, you're in any spiritual awakening that is really turning your world upside down and inside out, when your loved ones turn their back, when your best friend, when your lover, your spouse, your family turn their back on you, thank the Most High, because you can't see everything, no matter what. I don't care how active you think your third eye is. You cannot see what you're not allowed to see yet. And if you're not capable of handling what you're going to see later because you haven't evolved yet to that frequency or that maturity to receive it, then you won't see it. You won't see it. So be grateful that you are climbing and you are evolving to get to that stature that Source needs you to be at, so you retain the blessings that are coming in. I'll tell you right now, you know, I was involved with somebody that I'm so doggone thankful. I am so grateful that he showed up in the way he did, because it was 100% against my values. And there was no other decision but to, okay, accept him for who he was and to go in the opposite direction. Do you see what I'm saying? So no matter who it is, it could be a coworker, it could be your manager, it could be a neighbor, it could be a best friend, it could be a spouse. When they turn their back on you, know that it's time for you to deepen your connection with Source. Thank Divine Source and hold steady. So one of the things that you need to be saying during that time when people turn their back on you, no matter for whatever reason it is, you may have decided, I'm a spiritual life coach. You know, I'm about to help some people. I finally am confident enough to use my gifts. You know, people come to me all the time for guidance. You know, I'm going to use that gift that they've shown me that I have to help other people. And those same people might say, or some of those people might say, what, you charging for that? What, so now you can't help me? What, you really think you about to make money doing that? What? And you're like, well, yeah. And they're like, so what, you doing witchcraft now or what? Wait a minute, hold up. You know, you were coming to me for help, but now you're talking about me, you turn your back on me. Yes, Divine Source creates that. They can't help it. They're being used by God, just like you are. They can't help themselves. When people turn their back on you, spiritual superstars, receive it and thank God for it, because it's in a way that will go against your value, your standards, your requirements for that relationship. Okay? So one of those things that will help you through is another coaching client I was talking to. I don't even know when. I've had a lot of sessions this week, but it was this week. The theme was gratitude. Very simple. But when you're in the thick of it, you don't remember, you don't know that it's just gratitude that God is asking you for. And if you're not scheduling that, you'll forget it. And we call that schedule a spiritual practice. That's a ritual. It's a practice. And you have to have that practice in order to continue to evolve, to mature. None of us are perfect, but it'll get you through those tough moments when people turn their back on you. Opulent divination tools, thank you so much for coming on in. Y'all come in here and type in your pound and your 4 ones, the opening of the spirit realm. Look at Tranquilla Star, thank you so much. Come on in. Empress Blue, look at you. All right. Everyone ghosted you but your daughter. Keep trying to get me into her space and she has no respect for me. You know, let her learn. Let her learn. You know, let her learn. That's that tough lesson. It's time for mama to show her tough love, it sounds like. You know, come on. It's tough because it's tough on both of you. But you know, if you don't do it, what happens, you know? So that's the other part is when you love somebody and they turn their back on you and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. What? You feel stabbed in the heart. You know, you feel like you literally feel stabbed. But that love for them, that's a hard, it doesn't dissipate. You know, immediately, you still, that love is there, which causes a turmoil within you. So you're like, how could you do this? How could they really do that to me? Right? You feel that. So it creates discord and disharmony in you. It's painful. But the reason we have that spiritual practice is because logically, your human is like, hold up, that hurt. That makes me feel really awful. They turned their back on me. They don't have my back. They don't support my dreams. They don't support what I'm going through, this challenging, difficult time. I'm down on my luck. You know, I don't have a car. I don't have a job. I don't got no money. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to eat tonight, how I'm going to feed my kids. I'm trying to figure out how to get a diaper. You know, the school talking about they need this and that. I don't got the money for that, for the kids. How am I pay my light bill? All of this stuff. And yet, people turn their back on you. That's not to say that they're not letting you borrow money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it's people turning their back on you, boom, 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 boom. It's like that. And you really don't have anybody to depend on. And you like, holy shit. I mean, like, who do I trust? Who can I confide in? Like that kind of I have nobody that I can talk to. That kind of thing. Or it's this one person that you really can't, that you really, really didn't expect that from. And you thought you could trust. And boom, they turn their back on you. It's like, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. And then it's a continuous boom, 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 boom. You have to look at that, spiritual superstars, and know that you are about to be blessed. And you are in the middle of a battle. And that battle is because that blessing is on the other side. Okay? So you also, when this happens to you, I'm telling you, you got to thank the Most High. And you got to show gratitude. These are those times where you hear me say, you got to thank God even in the storm. You're in the valley, meaning you're in the low part. You're not sitting up on high on that mountain. You're not feeling good. You know, you're feeling horrible. And it's horrific that you're feeling. You know, you're feeling like, dang, Don't nobody got my back. And let me tell you something. It might just be where you need to fall flat on your face and nobody picks you back up because you need to leave that abusive relationship. Because you need to stop seeing that married woman or that married man. Because you need to stop going to that job after job after job after job after job after job after job with no security. And you don't work at 7 places in 1 year. When God keeps telling you, I've told you you're a business owner. Why are you not going and using your gifts like I told you to? I've been sending you message after message after message. You know, you got Necole talking about spiritual guidance, showing you the signs, but you're not paying attention. And you're like, they turned their back on me. Yeah. So thank God. And then ask. Ask the Most High, what is it that I need to learn from? Let me tell you something. That joker that turned his back on me, and I'm telling you, and I'm spiritual. I missed the signs, paid no attention to the signs, and still trusted and believed in the wrong energy. But once that happened, I know my values, I know my standards, I know my requirements for relationships, whether they're love or not. And so I know myself. And that's the main thing. Know thyself. Because when people turn their back on you, you're going to need to go in and talk to God and ask, what is it that I need to learn? What is it that I need to know? How do I get through this? And honey, let me tell you something. You are going to feel like a weight was lifted off of you. Sometimes you're going to get to the point where you don't have no tears. You just feel grateful. You just feel grateful because you're like, I wouldn't do that to nobody. I wouldn't do that. So my client, who I talked to last night, come to find out, I told him, you 54. You going through the second most pivotal spiritual awakening in your life. But this is what I want you to do. And so spiritual superstars, if you're between 54 and 61, I'm going to straight up tell you what I tell my clients. You go back to when you're 27, 31, what was the lesson? He didn't want to admit it right away. But he ended up admitting it was identical to what he's going through now. So this time he's going to get it. He's going to learn that lesson. And he's going to rock it out for the next 30 years of his life and beyond. And you get it right. And life cycles. So let me tell you something. The people that are walking out of your life, let them jokers go. Because when I tell you I'm sitting on cloud 9 right now, my heart, my soul, let me tell you something. When you feel valued and loved, and you know that that energy replaced something that was toxic and just sucked the life out of you, let me tell you, spiritual superstars, you have to let it go. Let it go. Let them go. I don't care who it is. Let them go. And let your energy be restored. Family is the most difficult test, okay? Family gonna be your main test to let go of. So when family turns their back on you, you get through them jokers, then you really gonna be like, please, that's a cakewalk. I'm high stepping through that. This ain't nothing. Okay, you showed your truth. I believe it. I believe you. I don't believe the words. I believe your action, your behaviors. Okay, I see it. Because they can't deny it. They can't stop that. Everybody is used by God no matter what. Whether you pray for it or not. Because they are going to be a blessing for you. Okay? That's how that works. That's why people say stuff to you and they look confused. They don't mean to say it. Okay? They be looking like, what the heck? Where'd that come from? They tell you the truth. They wanted to lie, but what came out was the God's honest truth, which they definitely didn't want you to know. You know, comes right out, and you just be like, dang, they literally just said that? Okay. Well, you can't do nothing but receive it and believe it. So what can you do? When you know thyself, you go in the other direction because they done told you they don't want you, or they don't value you, or they don't deserve to be in your life. They told you you're not worthy for them. You're not worthy in some way, shape, or form. And whenever that happens, let them go and come on back into God and be restored, and let God pour into you and stop pouring into everybody else. Okay, spiritual superstars, I hope that this has helped you. I hope this has helped somebody. All right, because I love y'all to life. Oh, you are so you're so welcome. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Oh, you're so welcome. Amen to that. Okay. So I got a question. Where are my spiritual life coaches at? That's what I want to know. Where are my coaches at? You know, we starting our next session up, our third annual certification program. We're starting it in March. Guess how much the program is going to be for? Guess how much I'm charging? $37. We did that the first time, and it was exceptional. We had a blast, and I graduated most of my students. I don't want money to be an issue for anybody. So I'm just going to make it 37 bucks again. This time we are, and it's 8 weeks. I'm not passing along certifications. I could tell you that right now. We do some work. But my objective is for you to be confident, and for you to be confident, and for you to be knowledgeable, and for you to be protected. You need to open your business legally, and you need to get every duck in order, and you need to have disclaimers, and you need to have your payment set up. You need to have a system so that you can succeed. That's my objective, and my mission is to help at least 1,111 coaches understand spiritual guidance and how to have your practice legally so you are successful. I learned the hard way. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't got anything to lie about. The hard way. And we're going to talk about pouring back into your business too, because that's something that I did not do. You're talking about spending money. Ugh. This leaves a bad taste in my mouth how much money I spent over the years, and I should have been pouring back into my business. So you live and learn. And my thing is, I live and learn, and I teach it from that standpoint, because it's up to you whether you make those same choices once you know, that I made once you know. But my hope and what I teach is you know better, you do better. You know better, you do better. So, 37 bucks. There is a spiritual toolbox that I'm putting together that is for an extra charge. It won't be an exorbitant amount, but it will be enough for me to get my money back off of it, and for you to have these tools that you need so that you can be effective as a spiritual life coach, and you won't be sitting up there having a practice of just trying to teach people how to meditate and burn some sage here and there. Maybe some affirmations, couple mantras. We're not doing that. We need you to help people with their spiritual experiences. effectively. And we need you to know what not to take on. Okay? So we're teaching physics. That's what I teach. I'm a teacher. I teach science and I teach math, and I love it. And so we go into nature, we go into all of it because it's all spiritual. And, spiritual guidance is my thing. That's my passion. So, yes, $37. Keep your eyes and ears open. It will be opening, the doors will be opening next week. So, early bird, but it's 37 bucks. So I want you to save that money, put it aside, and bring a friend. Accountability partnership is everything. Okay? Everything. We are not in competition with each other because those of us that are in business as spiritual life coaches are assigned to our clients. You will be able to coach who I can't. And your sister will be able to coach who you can't and I can't. And your brother will be able to reach who none of us can. Okay, so we're not in competition. We are a team. We are a team, okay, to serve the collective. Because that big lie that you thought was true of coming out here serving the masses by yourself, doing all of it by yourself, we don't do no done-for-you services as coaches. That model is a lie. And anyone that tells you that, you see those done-for-you services as a coach, what? No. Don't take on anyone's energy like that on purpose. No. There's no done for you as a coach. No. Especially not as a spiritual life coach. Don't ever even, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? There's no done for you anything. I don't want you doing anybody else's work at all. Absolutely not. And it's because it's so many reasons. Two of the main reasons are energy doesn't lie, and that's not your energy. You don't create or destroy energy. It transfers and transforms, and that's basic physics, okay? And so you don't take on anybody's energy like that. Second, that's someone's win. You cannot take someone's win from them. When you do a done for you service and you say, okay, yeah, I can do this ritual, I can do all this stuff. No, because they are going through that experience. You can't do nothing on your end but serve as an effective coach to help them get through their own experience. That's their win. That's their life. Don't you dare take it away from them. They have to be confident in their spiritual journey. Otherwise, you're going to let them go into a spiral and you won't be there for them. And they have to deal with that, okay? So don't get into that. I had a client that, that happened, and I was so upset. I cried my eyes I cried a river. I was so upset because it not only hurt her, it hurt her clients. And even though that's something that she wanted to do, that's her life, I had to stop coaching her because it went against my values and my integrity as a coach, as a teacher, as a person, as a soul. It goes against me. So it don't do that, because her clients didn't have a win, and it was almost, they didn't have a sustainable way forward in their own journey, which is big. You have to be able to say, okay, I did that. You did that. I did that. Your clients have to say that. They did that. They have to come up with certain things. They have to discover. So I'm teaching you in our certified spiritual life coaching program, spiritual guidance, right? Safety, business, but also the tools and the strategies for you to know what to say, the questions to ask. Okay? I'll give you a bonus right now. For anybody that is watching, I want you to hit the thumbs up button and let me know if this is something that you didn't know or if you receive value from what I'm about to say, okay? I learned this the hard way, but I learned it, and it blessed my business tremendously. When you are in your sessions, do not say a word. When you're speaking and you've asked your client already to share, don't say a word. Get so good at it. It's more than active listening. Get so good at being so silent that your client asks, are you still there? Did you hear me? Is it Miss Necole? Are you still there? Can you hear me okay? I can hear you just fine. Oh, oh, mm-hmm. And what else? Get so good with the awkward silence, because when you interrupt your client's thought process, it could kill the whole session, and it can derail anything else that you got going on. It can just end everything. So here's what you don't want to do is mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm, mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, don't do that. Okay? Do this. Now you think they're done. They're done. They're not. Okay? Try that. Practice it. I promise you it will definitely help your business. All right, spiritual superstars, I gotta go. I love y'all to life. I will see you very soon. Let's see. Who said that? Omifura, the madam. I'm so used to, uh-huh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think we all are, right? We all are. But in our sessions, that has to not happen. And it is a silent respect. But it is your professionalism, and that coach client connection is so important, you know. So in our certified program, we teach you that trust and that respect, but it's so important that you know spiritual guidance, and you know spiritual tools, strategies, and you know coaching. That's totally different, right? You can go to a life coaching, or you can go to a spiritual life coaching and things like that. But what I have not ever seen is what we teach, which is spiritual guidance. And I looked forever. I looked and I was procrastinating. And Spirit told me in such a way that, your parent just shakes you and is like, I told you what to do, and you're not doing it. Why are you being disobedient? And I was just like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Was like, Necole, you keep looking for what's out there and you're not finding them because you're not out there. And don't you know, that's when you saw me. That's that next day when I woke up, that's what I heard. That's what God woke me up and said. I didn't even go back to sleep. As a matter of fact, I did videos as soon as God told me that. I was like, done. I will, as soon as I was back in school and I was being told that I needed to declare my major. And I was like, I feel like I can't. And I just was waiting for my spiritual guidance. And sure enough, God was like, I told you what to do. I was like, I'm doing it. I got it. I'm talking about downloading stuff, going and writing in my notes with spiritual life coaching school, this and that. People charging $15,000, taking out second mortgages and stuff like that. You gotta, in order to get your certification, you gotta go to get a freaking cruise, show up for, what kind of junk is that? Where I had a client tell me that, where she couldn't graduate unless she went on a cruise. The whole class, a few people told me that actually, where they couldn't even get their certification from the doggone school that they had already paid like $12,000, $15,000 for. And this is a spiritual life coaching program that if you didn't go on this cruise to ceremony to get your certification, you wasn't gonna get it. So that was like another $3,000 to $5,000, something like that. I was like, that is some BS. Like, who does that? Just me? Because I don't think that's right. Like, what? That's not right. What? So, y'all better be careful. Okay? Be careful. Be careful. And I'm charging $37. Because you don't got no excuses. You ain't got no more excuses. Okay? I need your energy in the program. I need you to give it your all, and know that you pay your $37, but I may not graduate you. You gotta do the work. You gotta show up for your own practice. So, because you got people that are looking for you, like right now, people are looking for you to help them, and you are the one that Spirit is saying, hold on to that person. Hold on. I got the right one for you. I've got your coach. And I promise you, that's how it happens. They will show up. They will show up, okay? So, all right, y'all. Somebody already came to the car, check on me. So, I love y'all. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.